Hey yo, it's me again. Hey, guess what? I'm back on the road. I got a load, finally, after like 3 weeks. But she ain't got air conditioner. So I picked up and took off, and it's 99 degrees out today. So therefore I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna lay up and get a room for the night, and plus I-10's backed up for traffic. So we're gonna stay at the studio suites next to the Petro. But before I show y'all everything, I've gotta kind of talk about that last video and everything and what's happened since then. I know you can't bear it any longer, so let's get to it. So I actually met with one of the facilities and talked to them for a little bit and went and toured the one I couldn't go into. So the one I was talking about is actually the Clarion that was boarded up. This music may end up kicking this off. Anywho, so I walked through it. Apparently it had a fire, and it was set in 4 fires set on 4 different floors, and flood damage and all that stuff. And so they're in the middle of a major remodel for insurance purposes. In case you don't know, welcome to Room by the Hour. And if you're not subscribed, you should do it now. I'll get into the other hotel stuff here in a minute, but let's look at this one. Studio Suites. You get Indian food if you want it. And the Pedro's next door. They got good food. They do have a pool. That does work. There ain't breakfast or nothing in this place. And it's $40 a night. It's definitely a motel. All right. So we got us a queen bed and little area. And TV does work. And then you got a microwave, fridge. Fridge does work. I was already in here. That's why the lights are on. You got a shower. It's not horrible. The towels. These puppies are thin. There ain't nothing here. They're soft, but there ain't much. Oh yeah, me on the TV. That was from when we did the 24 million mile flight with Tom, which was from Newark to San Francisco, and we partied like rock stars. There's a whole 3-part video. It was amazing. We stayed in this super freaking expensive hotel. And then, yeah, it was great. The chair. The chair looks disgusting. But, this thing's super comfortable. That bed looks like poop. Yay! Nope. Yep, that's it. That's all there is. Oh, I don't know. It was soft enough, but then the pillow is like nothing, so I'm pretty much flat. Definitely doubling up. So, okay, so that's pretty much the story. Anyway, back to the whole buying a hotel deal. And we'll do the Blacklight in a minute. So, I went by the facility. I talked to the lady, and actually I tracked her down through the property records, and then through another property record, and then through another property record. And then I found a house that was valued at $1.5 million. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably her. And so therefore, I went to her house. And then I talked to some lady who gave me her number. I called her. She just happened to be at the property. I went back down and went and looked at it, and apparently there had been a fire. So I was like, oh, they're renovating it, but it's closed down. And they're like, yeah, it's going to be $7 million, blah, 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 6.9. And I'm like, 6.9 million for a building that's only worth 4.5. And then on top of that 4.5, you would have to spend another $1 million to get it up and going, marketing and all of that stuff to be able to make it work. And I'm just like, I don't think this is a good deal. I'm like, eh. And then she tried bullshitting me, because you guys have actually stayed in that hotel with me. I've done several videos staying there. She tried telling me that the rates were between $400 and $600 during the spring break and things like that. I'm like, no, they're not. Most I ever seen that thing was $95. And most of the time it was like $49 a night. So I'm like, no, that's not a thing. So, but she kept arguing with me. I was like, oh, so I went back in my receipts and I showed her that I paid $59 a night. I'm like, yeah, no. So she was lying like crazy, and I didn't really feel comfortable with it. So I just kind of was like, I'm kind of out on this. I gave her kind of a little run around and she kept telling me, just make an offer. And I'm like, no, I might at a future date, but not at the moment. And that was that was about where I ended it. So I don't know if that's actually going to work out or not on that property. Really don't want it to, but I've actually got a guy that I'm going to talk to and see what we can do on it, and if we can actually make a viable run at it. And he's a pretty good hotel manager, and he understands that stuff, and I'm pretty decent at marketing, so that'll be all right. But we're gonna figure it out. Now for that stuff you wanted to see. Well, that chair is actually clean. I mean, there's one little spot down there. Bedspread, clean. Little bits of stuff, but not big deal. Wow. Just, man, I like it when stuff's clean. Surprises me. That's a $40 a night hotel. Okay, now this is kind of nasty. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. But still. Oh, I didn't tell you, by the way. This is your soap and shampoo. This is it. This is all there is. This. You do get a bar and then wash rack. This place is bare bones. There ain't no coffee. There ain't no nothing. It's $40 a night, and there's truck parking, which is an extra $10, so $50 a night, which is fine. Because I'm literally gonna walk across the street and get me some coffee in the morning and take off. But then I'm steal my tires, which I'm about to walk back out there and act like I'm going to do something around it. All right, guys, well, I'm going to bed. So we'll see you in the morning. I slept good. So yeah, it's time to go to sleep. Let me get up. It's 1 o'clock. By the way, the shower was good. Towels, itchy, scratchy, tiny. I had to use both of them. But like I say, $40 a night. Then we'll walk over here, get coffee, and hit the road. It was 1:31. We'll run a little behind. I'll leave early, and this is what I get. Stop traffic. I've been on the road for a little over an hour or so, and I made it like 12 miles. Update, I broke down. Windshield wipers randomly started just going off. Truck thinks the battery's dying. It's not. I drove 45 miles. And it's only got 1,200 miles on it, and it's broke down and at the dealership. Go figure. Y'all know I love old truck stops, right? Petro in Gary, Indiana. They just like to, give it all back to the roots of the city. Pretty cool.